This is The Healthy Healer, where true voice is your medicine. This is where we help doctors and other healers navigate through the challenging times by learning from the best minds in the healing industry. Laugh, cry, and be surprised. It's entertainment, education, and inspiration so you can continue to be the unique and amazing healer you were destined to be. Welcome to humanity. Welcome to The Healthy Healer with Dr. Fred.
Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Fred, and welcome to the next short section of The Healthy Healer. This is on the heels of an amazing episode we had earlier this week with Helena Summer. Helena is somebody who was actually born to teach love, and it becomes very clear when you meet her or have a discussion with her that she's not kidding about that. This is somebody who actually knows the difference between hate and love and has lived that life. This is somebody who's had a very difficult time in her youth with her father, who she thinks didn't really help anybody during his life. She has very negative experience with her father and several experiences as she was growing up, including at 16 years old, being caught up in a refugee camp after spending a month with the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi in India and having her route home destroyed on her way to Croatia so that she ended up in a refugee camp all alone. There, she learned about who she really is and about what hatred is, not only from the people that were caring for her or monitoring her or supervising her, but frankly, from her own heart, where she discovered the hatred that was within and began a journey about teaching love. Now, this idea of teaching love is something that is fairly unique. There are many people who teach what to do when you're seeking a relationship or when you're trying to find the woman or the man of your dreams. This is not so much what Helena is about. Helena is about capturing the essence of love from within, getting that you can look great, and she does look great, and not be loving. And therefore, you're like a plastic flower or like a fake set of a bouquet. And that doesn't really fly for people who are looking for real flowers. For instance, as I mentioned in the podcast, bees don't try to pollinate fake roses or fake flowers or petunias because they aren't fooled like we are by our visuals. Helena's message is that we all have an essence. We all have an inner part of us that is loving in nature and can be tapped with proper conversation and proper discovery, as well as proper destruction of the obstacles and hurdles that are in our way. I asked her whether or not work was involved, and she said, "Does a flower work to bloom?" It was a great question. I think there is no real work for a flower to bloom, but if it's restricted, it has to eat through those webs or through the mud or whatever it is that's preventing it from flowering freely. And that very much is like the human condition. We have an access to loving not only other people or our romantic partner, but loving ourselves and even loving life and loving humanity through all its good and bad portions. Do we have access to being love? And the answer, it seems, is yes. After this very inspiring conversation with Helena Summer, I really believe that there is an access here that we all have, for which we can tap into this infinite nature of love that is without question really what makes the world go round. I have said in many occasions, even on this podcast, that a healthy lifestyle or healing is entirely dependent on human connection. And that human connection, when it resonates effectively and harmonically with another person, is what the essence of love is between two people. And often it is called love when somebody can resonate and harmonize with the inner being of another. It's an experience as exquisite, and it comes with a few different things, including like playfulness and interest and magic, as well as like a purity and a gentleness, an aliveness, a comfort, a harmony. These are all terms that were tossed around during the podcast with Helena Summer. And These are all positive experiences that we're looking to create, not only with our romantic partner, but wouldn't it be wonderful if we could actually find those things when exploring what it means to be alive, or what it means to be a family member, or what it means to forgive or to accept, or to have gratitude for the life and the people in our world? So this is something I'm asking you: is it, where is your love? Is it covered up? Is there an obstacle? Is there a distraction? Is there something that's preventing you from exploring what love really could mean in your life? Again, I think as a society have had it trampled on, and it's hard for many of us, to find a baseline of love as we simply work to survive in this crazy, challenging, difficult, unpredictable world. But what if we were able to access love as a method, or as a domain, as a foundation for how we take on all of these world experiences? It is clear that our existence here on Earth is limited. And as Helena mentioned at her last comment, life is short, live delicious. The idea is that delicious is always available, and we tend to dampen it out for ourselves as if we're living a realistic life rather than one that might be seeped in this whole notion of being a loving, beautiful human being. I invite you to explore what it would mean to be a loving, beautiful human being, even more than you're being now. Actually being that with and around others, and being that for and with yourself. This is something that I'm going to do here now. And though I've been exploring these topics many times in the past, and with my wife and my kids and people and life in general, I think there's an opportunity to step in with some strength and some confidence and some curiosity as to what it really means to bring love forward. So thank you so much for being a listener of The Healthy Healer. Thank you so much for enjoying Helena Summer's podcast. And thank you so much for being exactly who you are and who you're not. That's where love emanates from. And that's what we really want, is to be recognized for who we are and who we're not. Thank you again. It's a pleasure to have you as the audience for The Healthy Healer. And I look forward to our next episode. I'll catch you on the flip side. I certainly love you. Bye for now.